Bonjour, it's Théo. Welcome to One Day in My Life. You know that every week I want to do a day in my life to show you my actual life of influencer in Paris. And today we're gonna be out most of the day. I'm going to shoot a partnership with a restaurant this lunch with my friend Brian. And then we will shoot a podcast together because he has a podcast where he talks about his life and also entrepreneurship. And I can't wait to talk about it on his podcast. I try to keep this habit that every morning when I wake up, I work on my emails, my comments on YouTube, all the contact stuff, so it won't be too messy if I just procrastinate it. And I'm keeping this habit, so I'm happy about that. A few days ago, I made a video about the political context in France right now, what is happening with the elections that are coming and all of that. And you loved this video. I'm really happy that many people are interested in the French politics. Even if I don't usually talk about politics, I think it's good to share the news and what's happening in our country. And I would love to know if you're interested in the history or the political and stuff about France, because I should make many videos about it. Of course, some people made weird comments about this video, like you should not talk about politics. I was just saying some facts in this video, like it was not really political. And I think that influencer has a power on people and they have to talk about politics. I think that politics is for everyone, for any citizen. And if you are just out of it and you don't talk about what is happening in your country and you're just try to be like blend, you are just letting the people in power do what they want. And I don't think that the influencer should stay silent. No, I don't think so. And usually the people who say to the influencer to stay silent are the most extremist and the more radical one. Tell me in the comments what you think about that. I don't think that the artist and the influencer and people with influence should stay silent. Tell me your opinion in comments. Now let's go to a restaurant. I'm out at Barbès. If you live in Paris, you're wondering why I'm here. Because it's known to be not the safest place. And we're back with Brian. He's the main character of this series.
As usual, in the 18th, you had to invite me.
Yes, and this place, we're gonna try this place for a collab on Instagram, a collaboration. It's called the Brasserie Barbès and it's a beautiful place. I know a lot of cliché about Barbès because it's not famous to be like the most touristic or the safest area, but you can still find many hidden gems and you know more about the 18th, so...
Yeah, a lot. Bah, je vais peut-être le dire en français,
Yes.
J'habitais pas loin du tout au début de ma vie avec mes parents.
So you used to live nearby?
Donc c'était un peu mon quartier quand j'étais plus jeune, ça a beaucoup changé. La brasserie Barbès n'existait pas. Et
So the restaurant we are gonna to try, it's a new for you. It's new.
c'est ça, et c'est un peu la gentrification du quartier, c'est un peu l'illustration de la gentrification du quartier, tu vois.
Okay, so as you said, it's like the example of the gentrification of the district. It's getting gentrified. I need to find other places in Barbès to discover. We should do them together. What happened to that? Like what
C'est
happened?
vraiment, je comprends pas comment une barrière peut être aussi défoncée.
Like it's impossible to do this to steel or metal. Like it's like it's so bobo as we say.
C'est vraiment pas la même ambiance. Ouais.
Yeah, not the same vibe. It's not the Barbès, you know.
Ah non,
It wasn't like that
là
before.
t'oublies le quartier. Hein.
It reminds me of the Grimaldi's pizza we tried in New
Exactement.
York. It's like
Exactement ça.
a lot of lights, many tables, typical like traditional but still gentrified. Let's go to it. I love the vibe. You have such beautiful lights coming to you. All the glasses, the window, it gives such a good vibe. It's funny to make a collaboration with them on Instagram, with the Brasserie Barbès, because like 5 or 6 years ago I used to come to watch stand-up. They have like a second floor with a beautiful window on the street, and it was like a small place to see some stand-up. And it was like in 2018, I was like 17, I was really young, and I still remember that. So it's really funny to come again. I'm drinking a detox juice. Tastes a little bit like a green salad, but it's really fresh, it's really nice. We start with the akra. I don't know the name in English for akra. It's like a fish ball that is fried. And this one is the kromeski, it's like a croquette with a chorizo inside. You have a lot of French traditional dishes. The akra, for example, is more the French Caribbean food, and it's delicious. It's time for the main course. You took the spicy cheeseburger.
Exactly.
And I took the faux filet, the beef filet, with some shallots confit on top and a lot of fries. And the fries looks really nice.
Spicy smash burger.
Spicy
Maybe
smash.
better than Dumbo.
We're gonna see.
I don't know. I really like it.
That looks good.
En plus, le piquant.
Ouais. You feel the heat first.
Ouais.
Yeah. So I'm filming a collaboration and a paid partnership on social media on Instagram with this restaurant. And usually I try a lot of restaurants, even on this channel. Most of the time it's not paid. If it's paid, I'm gonna tell you in the description and it will be everywhere, you know. I want to be transparent with you on that. But usually it's with a press invite. Many of the influencers now are considered as press and media because we are talking about the restaurant we love or talking about the places we love. When I'm talking to PR people working in the public relationship and the press, influencers also have their place in this economy. And I think it's really nice because a few years ago when I started being on social media, we were not really considered as interesting or as a real job. But nowadays, it's a real media, it's a real job, you know. And I think that many people can also find a good way to be freelance, also working as influencers. Like us. Let's go for the podcast. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Let's go inside. The studio. This is the studio. The podcast studio. Looks great. We're gonna do some drums. That's really nice.
We're gonna be here with the camera here.
So you created a podcast.
Exactly.
It's on Spotify and
Spotify.
Everywhere.
Every streaming
and in
platform.
French.
In French.
And it will also be on YouTube. I love it. I love it. It's been a while you have a podcast. Like it's been like
maybe 1 year.
1 year. Also had like a podcast before. It was a bit different.
Yeah.
Or you were just taking some footage, like recording some moments of our lives to have some memories. And
Exactly.
it's also like what we do with YouTube. Like we have some memories of our lives.
2 subjects for you. You're gonna choose one.
I want to choose on camera. So the 2 subjects, it can be like about not being scared to dream big. It's about ambition, success, work. I love this subject. I think we can do a great thing. Another subject could be about alcohol. I almost stopped alcohol. Like I just drank like 1 glass or 2 since the beginning of the year, but I really like almost stopped, almost quit alcohol. And I talked about it in a video. I don't know which one we can do. Maybe the ambition one because it's really big. We can talk about many things. But we want to shoot a podcast to record something, but we have a little breathing sound.
Mais, tu veux? Regarde. Tu sais ce que c'est?
What is that?
C'est que moi je voulais aller voir. Regarde. On peut pas ouvrir.
You can't?
Il
This
se passe
is
des
weird.
choses pas nettes derrière.
Something is weird here. We don't know what is this sound. And you don't need a lot of setup to do a podcast, just an iPhone, a few mics, little mics, and that's good. We just finished the recording of the podcast.
A very good moment.
What's the name of the podcast?
Pensez.
Which means thoughts. If you want to hear us speaking in French, you can hear it on Spotify and many other platforms. And also on YouTube. It will be on YouTube.
On YouTube. Pensez.
Pensez.
On YouTube also.
Let's go. Now we are in one of my favorite café in Paris, my favorite coffee shop called Le Flore. It's cozy, I just love the vibe. They are open until like almost 7 p.m. It's perfect at the end of the afternoon to go some editing. Are you ready to work?
Some editing for me.
Yes.
Also.
It's the influencer life,
Before
always.
an event.
And
Before an event.
you will go to an event after.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm a cliché. I'm taking a kombucha. Like we don't like the matcha. I'm drinking this type of stuff. It's like an iced tea with a little bit of sparkling vibe, you know. Tell me in the comments if you like this type of drink. But I really feel like a hipster. Let's go. Yeah, it's still a weird drink. I'm back at home after a day of work. Tonight is a big night. I'm gonna watch Top Chef France and it's the final episode. I'm ready. I have my favorite candidate that is still in competition. I can't wait. It's starting, guys, it's starting. If there is one thing I'm a big fan of, it's Top Chef France. And this season, particularly the last one, it was incredible. So many talented chefs. And my favorite one, Jorik, is still in competition. That guy is incredible. And Clotaire, which was also incredible. Both are so creative, but I have my favorite. For the final episode, they have to do a full menu for 100 people, and each of the people will vote for their favorite menu. So it's a big challenge. And my love for food also comes from Top Chef. I used to watch it when I was a kid, and then I stopped to watch it for 10 years. And I rediscovered Top Chef in 2020, and I became such a huge fan. And now that I'm working as an influencer, also trying a lot of restaurants, I'm really into the food universe. For me, it's more important than the Football World Cup. They are all there, all the contestants. I'm just so excited. We're in the middle of the final. The guests are trying the food. It's the most important part. Everything looks so good. I want that. I want to try that. And that's the moment that is really emotional. When they are waiting to know which one will win the competition with all the families. That's the emotional moment.
T'es déjà immense, Jojo.
I can cry for that. I can cry for that. If the knife is orange, he's losing. If it's gray, he's winning. You can do it! And they put an ad. They put an ad just before the reveal. Allez! Yes! Yes! I'm so happy. He was my favorite contestant of this competition, Jorik. He deserves it so much. But Clotaire, the other contestant, was incredible, and for this final, his menu was crazy. Both were great. I'm glad to finish this day in my life video with Top Chef, the final episode, because I'm a big fan. Tell me in the comments if you like this series of videos, day in my life. I want to make it like every week. And of course, if you want to explore Paris and discover the French way of life, don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. I post every single day, so see you tomorrow.